In the heart of northern Africa, the Sahara Desert stretches its desolate arms, a stark contrast to the lively jungles of the south. This vast wasteland, large enough to swallow Spain 18 times, whispers tales of its dry, unforgiving expanse. Within its sands lie hidden secrets, from towering, silent mountains to the echoes of ancient, vanished lakes. Once, this was the Green Sahara, a realm of life and abundance, now a haunting shadow of its former self, consumed by relentless desert sands. Come with us among these whispers of the past, where scientists uncover the bones of a colossal sea beast. Chronicles from the Forgotten Sahara. In the vast expanse of northern Africa lies the Sahara Desert, a region that has recently captured the spotlight due to some intriguing discoveries. While southern Africa boasts verdant forests and lively jungles, the Sahara presents a starkly different scene. It's immense, covering an area so vast it could accommodate Spain a whopping 18 times over. This desert occupies a significant portion of Africa's landmass, offering more than just endless stretches of sand. Amidst the arid terrain of the Sahara lie fascinating geological formations, including towering mountains, expansive plateaus, sprawling sandy plains, and even areas with salt flats. It's a natural wonderland, albeit one devoid of greenery and life. However, beneath its barren exterior lies a captivating history waiting to be uncovered. Once upon a time, the Sahara was not a desert, but a lush paradise known as the Green Sahara. Picture this: vibrant vegetation stretching as far as the eye can see, with a myriad of plants and animals thriving in this fertile oasis. Imagine an area the size of Florida transformed into a colossal megalake, providing a haven for a diverse array of flora and fauna. In this ancient oasis, majestic elephants roamed freely, while resilient rhinos and elusive crocodiles found refuge in the abundant waters of the megalake. Human civilizations flourished, relying on the resources provided by this verdant landscape for sustenance and survival. But as the millennia passed, the climate changed, and the lush paradise of the Green Sahara began to vanish. The once abundant waters of the megalake receded, leaving behind a parched landscape devoid of life. Scholars speculate that overgrazing and the use of fire as a land management tool hastened the desertification process, transforming the thriving oasis into the barren desert we see today. Yet, amidst the desolation, remnants of the Green Sahara continue to captivate researchers. Archaeologists and anthropologists unearth artifacts and ancient remains, each offering a glimpse into the vibrant ecosystem that once existed in this now barren landscape. But the mysteries of the Sahara extend beyond its ecological transformation. The enigmatic Eye of the Sahara, also known as the Rishat structure, stands as a testament to the desert's enigmatic allure. While some speculate about its connection to the legendary lost city of Atlantis, others attribute its formation to natural processes such as volcanic activity or erosion. In the desolate sands of Tunisia, a team of scientists stumbled upon an astonishing find that changed the way we look at history. The discovery of the biggest sea-dwelling crocodile ever found, a massive creature that was completely new to science. This ancient giant, named Macromosaurus rex, was like nothing they had ever seen before, towering over other crocodiles with a length of more than 30 feet and weighing a whopping 3 tons. Its skull alone, stretching over 5 feet long, was a clear sign of its dominance in the ancient oceans. The researchers, led by paleontologist Federico Fante from the University of Bologna, were amazed by the huge size and fierce nature of Macromosaurus rex. Their findings, published in the well-respected Cretaceous Research Journal, gave us a glimpse into the life of this powerful predator that once roamed the ancient seas. With funding from the National Geographic Society Committee for Research and Exploration, the team set out on an expedition to the barren landscapes near the Sahara Desert in Tunisia, a place known for its rich fossil deposits. But what really surprised scientists wasn't just the size of Machimosaurus rex, it was also how well its fossilized remains were preserved. For 2 long days, the researchers carefully dug through layers of sand, uncovering a treasure trove of ancient relics. Among the remnants of creatures long gone, the massive skeleton of Machimosaurus rex stood out as a reminder of the harsh realities of life in the ancient world. As they pieced together the story of Machimosaurus rex, the researchers speculated about its role in the ancient ecosystem. Adapted for life in the water, this fearsome predator would have hunted with unmatched ferocity, preying on anything unlucky enough to cross its path. With a bite strong enough to crush bone and muscle, Machimosaurus rex was a force to be reckoned with in the dangerous waters of its time. However, Machimosaurus rex wasn't just a mighty predator. It also challenged what we thought we knew about prehistoric life. Contrary to previous beliefs, which suggested that its species died out during the Jurassic period, the discovery of Machimosaurus rex showed us something different. This apex predator lived during the time between the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods, surviving in a world that was on the verge of change. Under the guidance of Federico Fante, a paleontologist from the University of Bologna, a team of daring researchers embarked on a journey to share their groundbreaking discoveries with the world. Their findings, published in the prestigious Cretaceous Research Journal, sparked widespread interest among scientists and enthusiasts alike. Supported by the esteemed National Geographic Society Committee for Research and Exploration, Fante and his colleagues ventured to the barren landscapes near the Sahara Desert in Tunisia, a region renowned for its abundant fossil deposits and rich history. As they explored the desolate expanses of Tunisia, the researchers encountered a landscape unlike any other, where the sands held secrets waiting to be uncovered. Guided by their passion for discovery, they carefully searched for traces of ancient life, sifting through layers of sediment in search of hidden treasures. Before long, their efforts paid off as they stumbled upon the remarkably well-preserved remains of Machimosaurus rex, a prehistoric predator of unparalleled proportions. What truly fascinated the scientific community was not just the presence of fossils, but the exceptional state of preservation in which they were found. Each bone and fragment offered a glimpse into the distant past, providing valuable insights into the world of ancient creatures that once roamed the earth. It was as if time had stood still, allowing researchers to peer into a bygone era with unparalleled clarity and precision. As they meticulously documented their findings, Fante and his team marveled at the sheer magnitude of their discovery, recognizing the significance of Machimosaurus rex in shaping our understanding of prehistoric life. With each new revelation, they found themselves drawn deeper into the mysteries of the past, driven by an insatiable curiosity to uncover the truth behind this ancient behemoth. In the years that followed, Fante and his colleagues continued to study the fossils of Machimosaurus rex, delving ever deeper into the intricacies of its anatomy and behavior. Their work shed new light on the evolutionary history of crocodiles, challenging long-held beliefs and prompting further inquiry into the mysteries of the natural world. For 2 grueling days, the team labored tirelessly, carefully excavating the fossilized remnants hidden beneath layers of sand. Their efforts were rewarded with a veritable treasure trove of prehistoric marvels, each fragment offering a glimpse into the distant past. As they sifted through the debris, the remnants of a forgotten era slowly emerged, painting a vivid picture of a time long gone. Among the scattered bones and fossils, the researchers discovered evidence of a once thriving ecosystem teeming with life. The location, now buried beneath the desert sands, had once been a bustling lagoon, bustling with activity. The skeletal remains of fish and turtles littered the ground, serving as a poignant reminder of the vibrant marine life that once called this place home. Amidst the fossilized debris, however, one discovery stood out above all others: the colossal remains of Machimosaurus rex. Its imposing presence loomed large, a testament to the ferocity of the ancient world's inhabitants. As the researchers carefully unearthed the massive skeleton, they marveled at its size and complexity, recognizing it as a rare and valuable find. But there's something even stranger ahead. The bone-chilling ancient predator. Get ready for a spine-chilling tale that will keep you up at night. Hold on to your hats as a group of Egyptian scientists reveal a fossil so old and strange, it's sure to give you goosebumps. Imagine this. Buried deep in Egypt's Sahara Desert lies the fossilized remains of a creature like no other, an ancient whale with legs. Yes, you read that right. A whale that could walk. But wait, it gets even weirder. According to the scientists who made this eerie discovery, this creature had some pretty unique features in its skull. By studying its jaw, they found out it was a skilled predator, able to chew up its prey with scary precision. In simple terms, these walking whales were top-notch hunters with powerful jaws that would terrify anyone unlucky enough to cross their path. Abdullah Gohar, a key member of the team behind this spooky find, didn't hold back when describing Phiomacetus anubis. With a straight-to-the-point approach, Gohar painted a vivid and chilling picture of this ancient predator, leaving out no details about its scary abilities. According to him, Phiomacetus anubis wasn't just a regular hunter. It was a fierce force of nature, a predator that struck fear into the hearts of all its prey. Picture this, a huge and strong creature wandering around the ancient landscape, always hungry for its next meal. Phiomacetus anubis was the ultimate predator, ruling over its territory with a strong grip and making its prey shake with fear. With its sharp teeth and strong jaws, it could easily defeat even the toughest opponents. But what made Phiomacetus anubis truly scary was how ruthless it was. Unlike other predators of its time, which hunted to survive, this ancient whale seemed to enjoy hunting and killing just for the fun of it. It was driven by instinct, always ready to hunt and kill without feeling sorry for its victims. As Gohar dug deeper into the grim realities of Phiomacetus anubis's life, he painted a sad picture of the once thriving ecosystem it lived in. Once, this ancient landscape was full of life and diversity, but now it had become a battleground, where only the strongest survived. Phiomacetus anubis was like a dark cloud hanging over this once bustling place, making everything feel scary and uncertain. But even though this story is terrifying, there's something to learn from it. The tale of Phiomacetus anubis reminds us of the tough side of nature, where only the fittest survive. It shows us how life can adapt and change to survive, even in the scariest of situations. And if finding an ancient sea monster wasn't creepy enough, the scientists gave it a name that sent shivers down everyone's spine. They called it Phiomacetus anubis, a name that sounded as scary as the creature itself. This name wasn't chosen randomly. It was a nod to Anubis, the Egyptian god of death and the afterlife. Anubis was an important figure in ancient Egyptian mythology, believed to guide souls to the underworld after they died. With his sharp judgment, Anubis decided what happened to them in the afterlife, whether they found peace or suffered. So it's no surprise that the scientists chose to connect this scary creature to a god associated with death. The name Phiomacetus anubis perfectly captures the creature's dark and frightening nature. But here's the twist. Whales, those huge creatures of the sea, didn't always live in the ocean like they do now. It's hard to believe, but they started off as small plant-eating animals that looked a lot like deer. It took millions of years for them to evolve into the powerful meat-eaters we see today. And finding a whale with legs? Well, it's just another piece of the amazing puzzle that is evolution. Beneath the scorching sun of Tucson, Arizona, during the blazing summer of 2013, Geraldine Vargas and her husband embarked on a journey across the harsh desert terrain. As they trod through the dry landscape, they stumbled upon an unexpected and peculiar sight. Scattered across the barren sands were colorful purple spheres, standing out against the dull earth tones. Some of these round objects sparkled with a slight watery shimmer, while others appeared to be oddly see-through, puzzling the observers. Intrigued by this strange sight, Geraldine and her husband approached the mysterious spheres with a mix of curiosity and caution. They tentatively reached out to touch the smooth, round surfaces, unsure of what they might find. To their surprise, some of the orbs gave way to gentle pressure, releasing a strange, jelly-like substance that oozed out slowly, leaving a sticky residue behind. Word of the discovery quickly spread, capturing the interest of scientists and hobbyists alike. Various theories were put forward to explain the origin and nature of the purple spheres. Some suggested they might be natural formations, perhaps created by minerals or tiny organisms under the desert surface. Others entertained more outlandish ideas, like alien involvement or a secret government experiment gone wrong. Amidst the speculation, experts from different fields rushed to the site to investigate the strange phenomenon. Samples of the jelly-like substance were collected for analysis, and detailed measurements were taken to study the size and composition of the purple spheres. As scientists delved into the mystery, a consensus started to form about the likely cause of the purple spheres. It was suggested that they were a result of a natural process called concretion, where mineral-rich fluids seep into layers of sediment over time, forming spherical shapes through chemical reactions. While this explanation made sense, it didn't take away the wonder and mystery surrounding the discovery. For Geraldine Vargas and her husband, stumbling upon these odd orbs sparked a journey into the unknown, fueling a passion for exploration and discovery that lasted long after the purple spheres faded from public attention. But the strangeness didn't end there. Oh no, it got even weirder. When the couple dared to investigate further, they made an even more unsettling discovery. Poking the spheres caused a strange, watery substance to ooze out, leaving a trail of sticky residue behind. It was a sight that sent chills down their spines and set their minds racing with wild ideas and guesses. Naturally, the scientific community buzzed with excitement, eager to solve the mystery of these bizarre spheres. Some thought they might be created by slime molds or jelly fungi, organisms known for forming weird and gooey structures. It seemed like a good explanation, but it left many questions unanswered. As news of the purple spheres spread, skeptics emerged, ready to challenge the prevailing theories. They questioned whether the spheres were really natural, suggesting they could be man-made. Some even suggested they were just discarded deco beads, those small water balls used in gardening. It sounded reasonable, but there were doubts. As the skeptics dug deeper, they realized the deco beads theory didn't add up. There were too many purple spheres scattered across the desert for just a few beads to explain. Plus, the jelly-like substance inside didn't match what was inside typical deco beads, adding to the mystery. Faced with mounting evidence that contradicted their ideas, the skeptics found themselves stumped. The mystery of the purple spheres remained unsolved, defying easy explanations. It seemed that for every theory proposed, there were even more questions left unanswered, leaving the skeptics frustrated. And what about the wild idea that the spheres were from outer space, a gift from aliens? Well, it turns out reality is often less exciting than our imagination, contrary to popular belief. These strange orbs didn't come from the stars but from the ground right under our feet, a curious quirk of nature that baffled everyone. However, there's more to find out about old animals, revealing prehistoric creatures. In a recent dig led by Egyptian and American scientists, an astonishing find emerged: the fossilized remains of a new kind of flesh-eating dinosaur, hidden underground for over 100 million years. Back in 2016, a team of daring scientists embarked on an expedition to the Bahariya Oasis, a remote spot in the Sahara Desert. Their goal: to explore the secrets hidden in this ancient desert land. The Bahariya Oasis, with its rugged beauty and harsh weather, set the scene for an adventure that would rewrite the history books. Amidst the scorching heat and swirling sands, the researchers carefully sifted through layers of dirt, hoping to uncover clues from the past. It was tough work, full of challenges, but they pushed on, driven by the promise of discovery. And then, amidst the vastness of the desert, they struck gold. A remarkably well-preserved neck bone emerged, a relic from a bygone era. It was a moment of triumph, showing the determination of the human spirit to overcome obstacles. As the scientists examined the fossil, they marveled at its perfect condition, amazed by the tiny details preserved in the ancient bone. It was like looking through a window into the past, offering a glimpse of a world long gone. But this discovery was more than just a fossil, it was a piece of Earth's history, shedding new light on mysteries that had puzzled scientists for ages. With each new find, the story of the flesh-eating dinosaur unfolded, revealing a world teeming with life and on the brink of change. The vertebra found during the 2016 dig uncovered a fascinating part of Earth's ancient story. This particular bone belonged to a fearsome creature called an abelosaurid, a type of meat-eating dinosaur known for its distinct features. Abelisaurids were fierce predators, famous for their bulldog-like faces, small arms, and sharp teeth, making them top hunters of their time. At 6 meters long, this abelosaurid would have been a giant, casting fear across the ancient world. Its imposing size and strong build made it a force to be reckoned with, striking terror into the hearts of its prey with each step. But what made abelisaurids stand out was their unique adaptations for hunting. Their muscular bodies were perfect for delivering powerful blows to their victims, and their sharp teeth and jaws made them skilled hunters. Despite their strength, abelisaurids had weaknesses too. Their small arms were not as strong as the rest of their bodies, limiting their abilities. Abelisaurids were also clever hunters, with keen senses and sharp intelligence. They could track prey with ease and were skilled at ambushing unsuspecting victims. But perhaps most impressive was their ability to adapt to different environments, from jungles to deserts. This flexibility allowed them to rule the ancient world for millions of years as top predators. But what makes this discovery special? What secrets does this lone neck bone hold, and how does it relate to other abelisaurids? By studying the bone closely, researchers found similarities with other well-known abelisaurids, like the Carnotaurus and the Majungasaurus. This helped them identify it as part of the Abelisauridae family, showing the power of science to unlock the past. But this flesh-eating dinosaur isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a window into a lost world, where giants once ruled and survival was a constant battle. It reminds us of the ever-changing nature of our planet and the ancient forces that shaped its history. Prepare for a captivating story that's thrilling and full of secrets. Imagine this: a ship, lost for centuries, emerges from the sands of the Namibian desert after lying buried for 500 years. It's the stuff of legends, all thanks to the incredible discovery of the Bom Jesus, a Portuguese ship that vanished in 1533. Now picture this scene: the dry desert of Namibia, a place known more for its scorching heat than for ocean adventures. Yet it was here, among the unforgiving sands of Southwest Africa, that the Bom Jesus reappeared, surprising everyone. But this isn't your ordinary shipwreck tale. No, sir. The Bom Jesus was on a special mission, heading to India, loaded with treasures fit for royalty. Gold, copper, you name it, this ship was carrying it all. And guess what? When it sank in a fierce storm, it held onto its precious cargo tight. Fast forward to 2008, and who stumbles upon the Bom Jesus? Diamond miners of all people. Imagine their surprise. Hard-working folks digging for gems suddenly stumbling upon a piece of history hidden in the sand. It's a discovery that leaves them stunned, realizing the magnitude of what they've found. Let's talk about preservation. This isn't just any old shipwreck, it's the Bom Jesus, nearly perfectly preserved by nature itself. Over time, layers of sand and dirt covered the vessel, protecting it from decay. It's the kind of luck that treasure hunters dream about. And what did the miners find when they uncovered this piece of history? A treasure trove, my friends, enough to make any adventurer's heart skip a beat. We're talking about pure gold, shining like rays of sunshine in the desert. But wait, there's more. The Bom Jesus had more than just gold. Among the wreckage were thousands of pounds of copper ingots, a sign of the Portuguese Empire's wealth and influence. It's a discovery that leaves you wondering what other secrets lie beneath the sand. So, how did this ship end up stranded in the desert? Well, it seems fate had a hand in it. A fierce storm, a rocky shore, a disaster waiting to happen. The ship's hull crashed into the rocks, sending it sinking to the bottom of the sea. Yet, there's another weird event to resolve. A 29-million-year mystery. In the dry, empty land of the western Egyptian desert, near the Libyan border, rests a strange thing from a long-ago disaster: the mysterious Libyan desert glass. This odd stuff, found among the big sand dunes in bright yellow pieces, has puzzled people for over 3,000 years. From ancient kings to modern adventurers, everyone is curious about this glass. Take the story of King Tutankhamun, for example. He had a lavish burial chamber full of fancy things. Among the treasures with him, There was one special item, a chest plate with fancy designs and a cool scarab beetle made from Libyan desert glass. It shows how even in death, people want to show off their wealth. But behind all this fancy stuff, there's a mystery that's puzzled smart people for a long time. Where did this Libyan desert glass come from? It's been around for 29 million years, way before humans started making stuff. This mystery has left scientists scratching their heads for centuries. One idea is that it came from a big event, like a meteorite hitting the ground or a big explosion in the air. The extreme heat and pressure from that could have melted the desert sand, making the glass, but there's not enough proof to say for sure, so people keep guessing. Another thought is that lightning strikes might have melted the sand, making the glass. But that idea doesn't explain why there's so much glass spread out across the desert. In recent years, scientists have used better tools to study the glass, trying to learn more about it. By looking at tiny bits inside the glass, they found clues about where it came from and what it's made of. Now, here's where it gets interesting, or maybe a bit confusing. Scientists have been arguing for a long time about how the glass formed. Some say a big meteorite made it, while others say it came from a big explosion in the air. It's like a big debate that never ends. But wait, there's more. In a recent study, scientists found something new in the glass that might help solve the mystery. They found a special mineral called rhyodite, which only forms when things get super hot and pressurized, like after a big meteorite hits. So, what does this mean? Well, finding rhyodite in the glass adds more evidence to the idea that a meteorite made it. It shows that the conditions needed for rhyodite to form were there when the glass was made. Yet, the desert's strange pole sparked global interest. Its sudden appearance and mysterious disappearance left everyone wondering. The desert's vanishing object. In the expansive, rugged terrain of southern Utah's desert, where big red rocks and dry areas rule, an odd find shook things up on November 18, 2020. During a regular bird's-eye view to count bighorn sheep, local folks spotted something strange. While flying above the lonely land, searching for signs of animals, they noticed a shiny thing that was hard to understand. It was standing out bright against the red land, reflecting sunlight in a hypnotic way. Interested in their surprise find, they decided to look closer. Landing in the harsh desert, they walked toward the thing with a mix of wonder and care. As they got closer, they saw it was a tall metal pole, sticking out from the ground like a lone guard, keeping some old secret. This metal pole was about 3.7 meters tall and seemed very out of place in the empty desert. Its smooth metal surface shone in the sunlight, making the whole area look strange. But even though it was big and shiny, there were no marks or signs to show where it came from or what it was for, leaving the folks confused and curious. Word about the find spread quickly, and more people wanted to know about this strange pole. People started guessing where it came from and what it meant, with ideas ranging from realistic to totally crazy. Some said it looked like the big monoliths from the famous sci-fi movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. Others thought maybe aliens or artists put it there. As more people came to see the pole, the mystery got bigger. But just when everyone was talking about it, the pole disappeared without a trace. The Utah Bureau of Land Management, who takes care of the desert, confirmed that the strange thing was gone, but they didn't know what happened to it. As news about the strange pole spread, people from all over the world got interested. Social media was full of talk and ideas, with many comparing the pole to the ones in the 2001: A Space Odyssey movie. Some people started thinking it could be a clue from a lost civilization, or maybe even something left behind by aliens. Others thought maybe it was just a modern art project, meant to make people think. One name that came up a lot in the talks was John McCracken, a famous artist known for his strange sculptures. McCracken's style, with its clean lines and shiny surfaces, looked a lot like the metal pole. That got many people thinking it might be one of his works. But even with all the talk, the real story behind the pole stayed a mystery. No one knew where it came from or what it was for, leaving everyone to guess and wonder. As time passed, it was clear the pole had caught people's attention all around the world. Its sudden appearance and strange look made people think and talk about it. But even with all the guesses, the real answer remained hidden. Officials tried to keep the pole's location a secret, but people found it anyway. Soon, the desert was filled with curious folks looking for the strange thing. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the pole vanished. The Utah Bureau of Land Management said it was gone, but they didn't know where it went. It left everyone wondering who took it and what secrets it held. Even though the desert went back to being quiet, the strange pole left a mark on people's minds. It reminded everyone how fascinating mysteries can be. And even though the truth stayed hidden, the desert's mysterious metal pole kept people thinking. As we finish our trip through Utah's mysteries, we're left wondering, who took the strange metal pole? Tell us in the comments your theory. Don't miss out on more intriguing stories. Like and subscribe for more.